What's going on, everyone? So, per Jovan Buha, Lakers have three needs they are looking for. The Lakers have three needs entering the February 6th trade deadline in no particular order. He listed a better defensive center to back up Davis and occasionally play alongside him. That's key. The key is a center to back up Davis, right? Something to keep in mind. More defense, shooting, athleticism, and physicality on the wings. Another ball handler and playmaker to help LeBron James and Austin Reeves run the offenses. So, obviously, starting with the center, right? Getting somebody, Miles Turner, Walker Kessler, those are the two, kind of biggest, more high-profile names that are linked to the Lakers. The Lakers have been very active in trying to acquire. Walker Kessler appears to be a no-go. Miles Turner is one of those don't get your hopes up, but we'll see what happens at the trade deadline scenarios, right? Never say never. You never know. Lakers did have him traded for in the past, and then Jeannie Buss wanted to see what Darvin Ham could do with Russell Westbrook instead of going and getting, a top 5 center in the NBA. But okay. Nonetheless, right, the center position. But again, the key that he says there is a backup that can occasionally play alongside. So does that mean that they're more focused on a backup, like a Robert Williams or something? Does that mean that, you don't know, if they can get, a Kessler? Well, obviously they've been very active about Kessler, but if they got Kessler, would they start him? Right? If they get Kessler, do they look for Kessler as a guy to back up? Now, obviously, Lakers need a center more now than ever, given the circumstance, right? Anthony Davis is out a week, probably going to be out longer, right? Because, by the time he's ready to be reevaluated, the trade, or not the trade deadline, the All-Star weekend, there we go, is literally that next weekend. So they probably don't rush him back by any stretch. He's probably out closer to 2 weeks, if not more, right? But we'll see. Time will tell, right? We won't know until we actually get there. But given that and those circumstances, but supposedly the Lakers' kind of stance on a center hasn't really changed, given that 80's injury wasn't as that severe, right? That's what some reports have came out and said. Obviously we need a center. I think you need one more now than ever. There is supposedly a sense of urgency for the Lakers to have centers. Again, it depends on. See, the problem with these reports, and as we move closer to trade deadline, is you're getting constant inconsistencies in reports, right? One side, one person says one thing, one side, one person says the other, and so it's just kind of pick your poison. Who do you think is more reliable, right? What's the general consensus is what I always try to default to. Well, the general consensus is that the Lakers are going to trade for a center. Is it going to be a starting caliber? That we don't know. That we're going to have to see, right? Time will tell if that's the direction in which the Lakers go. With that, obviously, if they get a Kessler or a Miles Turner, that would be fantastic. But, I still, until, it's somebody else, Jonas Valanciunas, I still think makes a lot of sense. I still think that they're probably going to end up trading for somebody like that. Day'Ron Sharpe, right? There's still options and flexibility out there as far as that center spot. But the next two areas or 2 points are kind of the same, right? They want somebody that can handle the offensive playmaking duties, right? Take pressure off Austin Reeves and LeBron James as the sole playmakers. Obviously, when you trade your best playmaker, not name LeBron James, you're going to have a need for a playmaker. They also want athleticism, physicality, and, just the versatility of perimeter players, right? Well, you got to solve both of those, right? With Alonzo Ball. Alonzo Ball solves all of that. Size, physicality, defense, perimeter help, right? Shooting, all of it. The question is just, can he stay healthy? Bruce Brown, same thing. Although there's a lot of talks of Bruce Brown potentially going to Miami. So we'll see if that happens. If he ends up going to Miami, then that would take him off the table. So then you got to go find something else. You could go kind of lesser routes. I still would love to go get an Io. And I've even talked about I'd give up a first to go get Io. I still if you can't get Miles Turner, I still don't hate the idea of going and getting a Nikola Vucevic and Io. I think it solves basically all three needs that the Lakers have listed, right? A center that can slot in, play alongside Anthony Davis. Io gives you a young, athletic, sizable, versatile kind of combo guard that is excellent defensively, as well as a guy that can go get you, 17 to 20 on any given night, right? And is young enough to be a piece for now, and the future, right? So the last two kind of needs or options, at least to me, kind of scream the same thing, right? Kind of are follow in and follow suit into those same things, which is like go get that sizable, versatile point of attack guard. And then that helps you out on the perimeter. That helps you out on the wing. You got Dorian Finney-Smith. You got Jared Vanderbilt, right? Like, got all these pieces that can now complement the new guys that you got, and then Austin Reeves, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis, right? So that's kind of the approach that I would lean to, I guess, if I were the Lakers, where, obviously, if you could go with teams that have multiple pieces. So Chicago, again, is a team that has Nikola Vucevic, Lonzo Ball, Nikola Vucevic, Io. Even if you just wanted like depth pieces, right? Like a Torrey Craig, Chris Dort, right? Like Chicago's a team that I really like as just like this hub, right? Chicago's just this team that I like is like whatever you need, you can get a piece from them, right? Like, so even if you do go get, like, say you go get a Miles Turner trade, right? I'd still hit up Chicago and be like, hey, can we still get an Io? Can we get an Io and a Torrey Craig, right? And you just kind of work on things in that regards. But Rob Pelinka's got time. We're a week away from the trade deadline. So there is still time, but that week's going to come up fast. It's going to be here in a blink of an eye. We're going to wake up, and then all of a sudden it's going to be like, oh, wow, okay, well, here's our team for the rest of the season. So hopefully we end up getting the pieces and getting the complementary things that we need in order to really kind of put this team in better position to compete and contend and hopefully win some championships, because it really is on Rob Pelinka and kind of the direction that he's going to choose. But like I said, all three options kind of are similar in a sense. Obviously, the center is not the same as the guard or the wing, but I just think that if you get that point of attack, just perimeter guy, period, whether it's a guard or a forward, or if you get that guard, right, like I said, Alonzo Ball, kind of solves both. Talking about a 6'6" guy, right? So Lonzo is a guy that makes a lot of sense, but we'll see what the Lakers ultimately end up falling into and what kind of direction they end up going and how Rob decides to execute this NBA trade deadline, because we're right around the corner and we're going to see. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you have any faith? Do you have any guys that come to mind? Anything in particular based on these three kind of needs that the Lakers have? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it out of the way, so let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.